What's up, guys? So we've been talking a lot lately about roundhouse kicks and roundhouse kicks to the body specifically. And in a lot of the groups that I belong to, we talk about using the shin as a primary weapon of the body. And my personal preference, when I'm kumite or in situations where I have to have power in my roundhouse, I use my shin in certain circumstances and I'll use my big toe in other circumstances. Now, if I'm striking to the liver or to the spleen, below the rib line, below the floating rib, I want to create a fluid shockwave. I want to expand that liver like a water balloon. And the best way to do that is hit it like a baseball bat. And so I'm going to go full extension roundhouse. And if you look at this foot down here for a second, when I throw this shin roundhouse, that foot's going to fly around. So we can come back up now. So from here, I'm going to drive in like that. And this foot, and all my hips, everything is going to turn that way, trying to cut through. So there, you're going to get that fluid shockwave, bang, through that. But if I'm going to go above that, if I'm going to go anywhere from the floating rib to the armpit, then I'm going to use the very tip of my big toe. That's what I'm going to strike with. And I've trained that for a long time, but I didn't know exactly how strong that was until about 2 decades ago. Accidentally, because I was always trained when I wanted to do that to kick with the ball of my foot, to pull all those toes back and kick with the ball of the foot. And that's effective and sufficient under most circumstances. But several decades ago, I was doing a lot of Kyokushin sparring, getting ready for some stuff, feeling my testosterone of the day. And just by happenstance, I happened to catch a tight roundhouse. I was a little too close, I didn't realize, and so I tucked my hip back. Instead of being able to get extended, I had to pull back to make the kick happen. And in doing that, my foot turned to the angle to where my big toe caught him right between the ribs. Boom, just like that. And it had the same effect as hitting the xiphoid process, as hitting the solar plexus. It had the same effect. He caught his wind, he hit the ground. I registered it. And I started playing with it in my kumite and seeing if I could get that effect. And when I couldn't knock the wind out of somebody, I would at least get them altering their body language because it hurts and it separates the intercostals and it separates the ribs and it causes that same kind of seizing of the lungs if you do it right. The other advantage I found with it is by tucking my hip back, I'm able to throw a roundhouse kick at the same range as I can throw any punch. So I'm not leaning back with it and putting myself out of range. I'm here, and I'm tucking tight with it. So I'm right there. And even so, if it's in a scrum range, where we're almost into clinch range, if I can get up under that elbow of this arm, I can throw that. That's part of attacking that arm and throw that. One of my friends said I get more power if I turn my foot. You always will. 100% that's true. But I don't turn my foot so much when I'm throwing that tight roundhouse because I'm keeping myself in position for both hands. That's kind of a tactical thing. I suppose I could do that and then come in with something else. But it's just the way I throw it. So there we have that. Now, Weijigu, my friends in the Weijigu style, the Pengainun style, they train their toes viciously. They will not only kick you in the body with that big toe, they'll kick you in the leg with that big toe, they'll kick you in the thigh, or anywhere. They like to use that big toe, like a ball peen. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I want to say about that. I love y'all. I'll see you soon.